This is ABC 7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Teachers in Sarasota County are settling into their classrooms, getting ready for the very first day of school just 1 week from today.
Yeah, it's coming up fast. And one of the Sarasota County's oldest schools, Fruitville Elementary, now has a modern addition which will give its students a better learning atmosphere. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now live from the school with a tour. Dwayne?
Well, that's right, Scott. This year also marks the 75th anniversary of the school's 1941 opening at its current and fifth location. The school first opened back in the 1880s as a one-room schoolhouse and had 4 other locations within a mile of this one. But here's the kicker. At the time, 1 acre of this land was sold for $1 to build this school back in the day. That's pretty much it for the history lesson, but let's see what this school is doing now for a century later.
Special needs students at Fruitville Elementary have had to use portable buildings for the past several years. But this year, with a new 30,000 square foot, 18 classroom building completed, that's all about to change.
This is completely outfitted for those students who have some special needs. We have a motor room down there. We have their therapy rooms down there. It's like a one-stop shop right there on that first floor for those students with autism.
And the second floor will house second and third grade students. For teacher Melissa Stanley, the new classroom setting will help her autism students.
I think they'll really be excited about the colors. We have bright new colors in here, and I think they'll love that. They'll love the space, and I think the second they walk in, they'll kind of be able to tell which section of the room is used for what, for math, writing, reading, computers, free choice activities.
And for these teachers, this is the first day coming into this new building, a building they say will set a foundation for more of a schoolroom atmosphere.
That all the autism classrooms will be together. Being able to see people walk in the hallway and have your coworkers and other students that maybe you worked with prior or might work with in the future all being in one area. I think we're going to have more of a sense of team here now, being all together in one building.
When class starts next Monday, Kristen Morrow says the new furniture and equipment will be helpful for autism students.
The furniture can easily be moved and reconfigured. That's not something we had prior. In trying to instruct them and work with their individual needs, I think that's going to help the instruction.
With roughly 800 students and more than 100 staff members, Principal Dusty French says these renovations will enhance the school's future.
We're really a community here. We've been an A school now for 14 years, going strong, happy, proud to be an A school. It is second to none as far as the community building here.
Now, new renovations include a play area for students. And speaking of community building, ABC 7's Scott Dennis is a familiar face on career day here. Reporting in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Dwayne. Bradenton city officials are expected to decide this week whether to keep red light cameras or get rid of them. The cameras have been up around the city for the past 8 years, but the city's contract for these cameras expired earlier this month. Now city officials are debating if they're worth the money. Coming up on ABC 7 at 7, hear from city leaders on where they stand on this debate and if drivers think they are an important safety feature.
I say yes, get rid of them. Let the people be responsible for their own actions as far as obeying the traffic lights and stuff like that.
That's Bradenton's red light camera dilemma coming up at 7 right here on ABC 7.
Now to the presidential race. Donald Trump trying to refocus on the issues. In Ohio, Trump delivering a speech on what he called foreign policy realism. It primarily focused on destroying ISIS, but Trump also outlined his new immigration policy, which includes an ideological test for immigrants to figure out their stances on issues like religious freedom, gender equality, and gay rights. The nominee also supports no visas for those who are coming from terror hotspots and can't be fully vetted.
Those who do not believe in our Constitution or who support bigotry and hatred will not be admitted for immigration into our country.
Meanwhile, Vice President Joe Biden joined Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania. The two reached out to working class voters there. They also teamed up to take on Trump, saying he does not care about the middle class. Early voting will kick off this Saturday, August 20th in Sarasota and Manatee counties, but some voters in Florida are already casting ballots for the August 30th primary election. Early voting is mandated from August 20th through the 27th, but local supervisors of elections can decide to begin sooner and to keep early voting locations open on Sunday, August 28th. Several large counties like Duval, Orange, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, and Hillsborough opened their early voting locations today, along with a host of smaller counties. Supervisor of elections in rural Jefferson County in North Florida says voters have been showing up at a steady pace.
They're enjoying it. We have a lot of people come in and say, oh man, I don't have to wait in no line or anything like that. And
nearly 600,000 Floridians have already sent in their ballots, and through the mail, another 1.6 million ballots have been sent out.
Get ready to head to the polls.
Yeah, I did mine by mail this year, and it was very easy.
Everyone
and
says
it's already
simple.
in.
Yeah, I haven't done that
Yeah.
yet, but maybe I should try it this time around. It's probably going to be a lot busier than we're used to.
That's right. All right, let's get another check on the weather. We've already had some storms roll through the
Right.
area. Here's Bob with more on that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, if you do it that way, Scott, you don't have to worry about the weather when it comes to voting and the time. You can do it on your own time, so it's a little bit better as far as that goes. Heavy storms off in the Gulf right now. That's a direct result of a stronger east wind today. Not as strong as we saw yesterday, and that allowed those storms to really build up inland and then push toward the coast, causing the heavy rain and frequent lightning. But with this kind of pattern, and you can kind of detect that in the morning when the winds are fairly strong out of the east and southeast and stay that way, sea breeze doesn't have much of a chance to fight against that, so it doesn't penetrate too far inland. It stays right near the coast, and that's what we saw today. Explosion of storms, which we normally see 10 to 15 miles inland, taking place off into the Gulf of Mexico as a direct result of that stronger east wind. Another line of showers, though, starting to develop inland. They're moving pretty quickly, so we're not too concerned about any kind of flooding problems. It should move through rather quickly throughout the evening. We'll have much more on this and a tropical system developing in the Atlantic coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A plane crash in Tuscaloosa, Alabama claims the lives of 3 married couples. According to the FAA, the twin-engine Piper left Kissimmee, Florida yesterday and crashed while trying to land in Alabama. Police say the plane had engine problems. The victims were prominent dentists from Oxford, Mississippi, flying with their wives. They were on their way back from a dental convention. The city of Tuscaloosa lowered its flags today to pay their respects.
Milwaukee is struggling to come together after a weekend of chaos, with officials going so far as to impose a curfew for teenagers tonight. Demonstrators took to the streets for a second straight night, upset after police shot and killed an armed man. On Saturday, officers stopped 23-year-old Sylville Smith, seen in this Facebook photo. Police say he took off and refused when an officer ordered him to drop his weapon. The officer then opened fire, killing Smith. The entire incident captured on a body camera.
I know what I saw on the video. I know what I see in the still. It certainly appears to me that at the time he made that decision, it was a credible and legally protected decision.
At a vigil last night, Smith's family demanded justice, but also urged people to protest peacefully. Police hope to release the body camera video as soon as possible. The officer involved is now on administrative duty.
Governor Rick Scott is criticizing the Obama administration's refusal to declare a federal state of emergency because of algae blooms on the St. Lucie River. Scott is criticizing the federal government for allegedly failing to maintain and repair the Herbert Hoover dike that surrounds Lake Okeechobee. Scott says that if the dike were stronger, less polluted water would need to be released into the river. But FEMA denied the request last month, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has said that even after the dike reinforcement project is finished in 2020, water levels on the lake may not be increased.
Florida Maritime Museum is closed for the next month. Staff members and volunteers are beginning to work on general maintenance and updates to the Cortez Museum. A new exhibit will open this fall called Shipwrecks, Legend and Lore. New educational programs, classes, and performances will also be added. The museum in Cortez will reopen on Tuesday, September 13th. Still to come in your Suncoast News, hotels targeted by hackers, which chains were affected, and the information that could be compromised.
Plus, common eye problems, how you can tell if you're experiencing one of these 3 serious conditions, coming up next.
On Saturday, September 10th, thousands will walk together at Nathan Benderson Park for the 2016 Suncoast Heart Walk. I'm Scott Dennis, ABC 7. Join us for an inspiring, fun-filled day as we raise funds, celebrate survivors, and honor loved ones lost. The Suncoast Heart Walk is the American Heart Association's premier event to fight cardiovascular diseases. The 2016 Suncoast Heart Walk, September 10th. And for more information, visit suncoastheartwalk.org and take the first steps towards living a heart-healthy life.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Ever wonder what those little dots, circles, lines, clouds, or cobwebs are in your field of vision? Well, ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with some information on floaters and other common eye conditions. Alex.
That's right, Haley. If you periodically see strange floating shapes, flashes of light that pop out of nowhere, or suffer from dry eyes, you are not alone.
One of the problems with playing volleyball is that people sometimes lose control of the ball.
A hit in the head triggered vision symptoms for this contact sport enthusiast.
They just kind of look like trace, like little black things that have, sometimes they have a little tail, sometimes they're just a little black spot.
Certain conditions of the eye, like floaters, may appear mysteriously, and then just as mysteriously, they disappear.
Floaters are actually bits of protein floating around inside the clear gel in the back of the eye.
Everyone has vitreous gel, says Dr. Brian Foster. Most people have floaters on occasion, but we can't seem to follow them.
They're suspended within the eye, and so you can almost think about like a pendulum. They can move around, and sometimes if you look a certain way, they swing out of view. So if you're chasing them, they'll actually swing out of view, and then when you look back at what you're doing, they swing back into view.
Most floaters do go away and resolve themselves.
If you have new floaters or other symptoms like a lightning bolt in your vision, anything like that, it can be a sign of something more serious than just floaters.
Like a retinal tear or detachment, but flashes are a concern.
Some people describe them as lightning bolts, like, you know, you're in Florida at night and you see lightning, wait, there's no thunderclouds around, it was in my eye.
you should seek medical attention.
It's actually tugging on the retina, and when you tug on the retina, it makes light in your eye.
A less concerning but more common eye condition.
Itching, burning, sometimes they'll actually tear a lot.
Dry eyes can be temporary or chronic.
I usually do liquid gel at night when I'm going to sleep, and then during the day I'll take regular artificial tears.
We don't have a cure for dry eye, but we have very good treatments. There's actually a brand new prescription medication that just was FDA approved. That's called Xiidra. And that, in addition to Restasis, which we know is safe, we've been using that for about 15 years.
Floaters are often associated with age, but if floaters or flashes appear suddenly, that's when you need to seek medical attention right away. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. And now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Well, right now, that low pressure area that dumped that heavy amount of rainfall, historic amounts across parts of Louisiana, has now been absorbed by this frontal system for the most part. There's a couple of areas low pressure, but nothing like that stagnant area of low pressure that kind of sat over Louisiana on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Eventually, there's still some pretty heavy weather there, but not nearly as much as they've seen. We have that East Coast breeze making it all the way over to the West Coast, and you can see that from Lakewood Ranch. We had one little bout of showers there. They really started to develop once they passed Lakewood Ranch, and then another one getting ready to move on in as a result of another part of the East Coast breeze making its way all the way over. This one from Sandy getting this impressive shot over Sarasota Bay looking toward the west at around 4:30 this afternoon with some showers and storms nearby. Those have since moved out into the Gulf. As far as the Titan radar picture goes, not many storms along the East Coast, and inland areas are fairly quiet right now. We are looking at a few still starting to develop in portions of East and Southeast Manatee County. You can see they're moving through pretty quickly. The first line is through. The second line building now just to the south and east of Lakewood Ranch. So get ready. We're going to see some rainfall there again. And it could be rather heavy for a brief period of time with occasional lightning strikes. It's not going to stick around very long. It should move through rather quickly, and it should be at Lakewood Ranch, at least the town center there, by around 6:10 or so as it's moving to the northwest at 20 miles an hour. Elsewhere, another area of showers developing just to the east of Northport. So get ready for that to expand in coverage and move through over the next hour. 89 degrees right now, the dew point temperature 67. So these have come down as a result of that easterly wind. Right now out of the south, though, it's 6. That's a result of the storm that moved through. But we had strong easterly winds today. That brought temperatures to 96 degrees, tying an old record there. 94 in Tallahassee. It's 90 in Jacksonville, 90 in Miami. And temperatures around the area into the upper 80s to low 90s. Punta Gorda still at 93 degrees. 89 at Sarasota, 86 degrees into Bradenton. Well, as far as the high pressure goes, we still have it over the Carolinas, and it looks like this high will continue to bring us that east to southeasterly wind flow, which will bring us showers and storms in the late afternoon and evening. No changes there. There are some changes on the tropical front. In fact, it looks like this system way out there in the Atlantic has a pretty good chance of developing into the next tropical storm, and even if it were to develop, more than likely it would take off into the open waters of the Atlantic. That's what the computer forecast models are suggesting with this particular system, and that's what we like to see. There's another one behind it, though, a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa, which has a real good chance of developing into yet another tropical system. So things starting to act up and heat up out there in the Atlantic. So tonight, a few evening showers are possible, and then we'll see clearing skies after midnight. For boaters, a light chop out there, seas running 1 to 2 feet. We'll have that east wind for the most part throughout the day tomorrow. And as far as the tides go, upcoming for Sarasota Bay, low tide at 6:53 and sunset at 8:07. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms, 76 for your low. Those storms are winding down here pretty quickly. And then for tomorrow, rain chance at 60% late in the day, 92 for your high, so a little bit above average. And the extended forecast calling for less of a chance, but still there on Friday and Saturday, and looking good for Sunday and Monday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, and I-75 is moving smoothly in both the north and southbound lanes.
Hyatt, Sheraton, Marriott, and Westin hotels in 10 different states, including Florida, have become targets of hackers. According to the hotel operator, HEI Hotels and Resorts, malware that was put into place in at least 20 locations may have collected sensitive information. The data from customers includes credit card account numbers, expiration dates, and verification codes. The hotel operator says the information may have been collected from last December through late June. The closest hotel to the Suncoast that was affected was the Intercontinental Tampa Bay in Tampa. For an entire list of hotels, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on the link on this story.
The streak is over. After 62 days of declining gas prices, a surge in oil costs has pushed retailers to up the price of gas in Florida. It's now about 3 cents higher than last week at $2.08 a gallon, but now that is still below the national average, which is $2.13 a gallon. AAA says gas prices will likely stay steady the rest of the month and stay low through the rest of the year. So not too bad.
Yeah, it's still pretty reasonable.
It is,
$2 a
definitely
gallon.
is, yeah.
Entertainment news is next.
I'm Alan Cohn. Red light cameras in Bradenton. Should they stay or should they go? Find out what city council members are saying about the choice.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Shark Swim Team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit SarasotaYMCA.org Sharks.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Discover the new Buick and get cash back for up to 16% of the MSRP on select 2016 Buick vehicles. That's nearly $8,000 cash back on this Buick LaCrosse.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Stage and screen character actor Fivish Finkel has died.
Finkel died on Sunday in Manhattan after suffering heart problems for months. Finkel's career started in Yiddish theater and led to memorable roles in Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway. On TV, he was on Boston Public, Picket Fences, and Blue Bloods. Finkel also had multiple film roles. He was 93 years old.
Comedy Central is axing The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore. The late-night talk show premiered in January of 2015 when Stephen Colbert moved to CBS. Wilmore previously was a correspondent on The Daily Show. The Nightly sought to explore current events and larger life issues, but never really quite took off like Colbert's show. This show will conclude its run on Thursday, and then Midnight with Chris Hardwick will replace it starting next week.
Long live the king of rock and roll. Graceland is announcing its biggest and most significant expansion in its history, a new $45 million entertainment complex. Elvis, past, present, and future, is under construction right now across the street from Elvis's mansion in Graceland. It will be 5 times the size of the visitor center and will showcase interactive pop culture experiences. The complex will open in the spring of 2017.
Tonight, you're going to need a bigger boat. Moat Marine Lab in Sarasota hosting a free screening of Jaws. The movie starts at 6 o'clock, but you need reservations. The special showing is part of Moat's Shark Week events. For the second year in a row, Moat dedicates 7 straight days to shark-themed activities. What a great place to see that movie. Huh?
Yes,
and then
it
you
is.
can go look at the real
Very
sharks.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can check them out for real. We'll be right back.